adjustments.
And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big run that time by Elliott. Give him 42 yards on the ground. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. That one goes for 24 yards. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Looking to throw. Prescott. And now hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Rams have got it back.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
Another carry now for Gurley. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. A strong running. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Gurley again here on 1st down. Space to maneuver at the 40. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. A big run there by Gurley. And even 50 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Rams have broken our tie as they take the lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll look to throw. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. He's back to throw. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Steps away to his left, and he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Dancing to his left. Throw left side complete. It's Elliott. A gain of 32 that time. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Play action now. Prescott under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
46.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Caught left side, Williams. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And a great move again, and he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now Goff with his first throw in OT. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down.
Go. 20. Starting left here. 5.
False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman, certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
Here's Johnny Hecker now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A second down throw for Prescott. And this will be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and it's 3rd down.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
And nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. And Ndamukong Suh with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. That's taken it around the 40. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their... Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. To return it is Corey Grant. And nice work on the return as he'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Dumps it off to Fournette. Fournette, a first down, still going. And finally taken down at the 34. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Hey, let's go. Trips left, trips left.
Bortles now on 1st down. That one complete to Yeldon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we get everybody he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cole. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, they took the shot, didn't get it. There's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding him to 3. Psychologically, maybe a win for the defense. And Lambeau will put this one through. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
Well, the good thing is still first quarter, and they did come out of it with points. In a sense, they can look at it positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Calais Campbell on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Prescott now on second down. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to have a third down.
To the right. Here we go, 46. 26.
Prescott to throw it. Rolling to his right. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. It's a big play there on third down. And even 40 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
It's caught on the right side. Williams. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. From the red zone now, Prescott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Terrence Williams, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Extra point forthcoming. The extra point up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff.
Jacksonville, Charles, is a team that you and I have talked about a lot this year because there was all that anticipation coming into the season on the heels of 2017, but the first half of the year was just not kind to them, and they entered their bye week on a 4-game losing skid. Blake Bortles in and out of the lineup, Leonard Fournette out of the lineup. I don't know what to make of 2018 for this team.
Yeah, I don't either. They moved Dante Fowler Jr. to Los Angeles in a trade at the deadline, but I still feel like there's something there. This team is too talented to be in the...
Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Jaguar. Niles Paul, 56 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is now 10-7. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up second down.
Here we go, 46. 26.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Throw right side, complete to Williams. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. The give is to Elliott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now Prescott. Over the middle, he hits Austin. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Austin's got it left side. So a minute 55 to go in the 1st half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now back to the ground with Elliott. Shifts by him. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 14 yards. And the Cowboys are in for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Jags. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth 1st half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Bortles. He's going to let this one go deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. He goes underneath for Yeldon. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Bortles in the offense remains put on the field. They're going to go for it on 4th. They do go for it. It's Bortles. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Throwing. Prescott. Completes it right side to Cooper. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Hey, 47. 26.
Prescott on first down. Drops it underneath to Elliott. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tavon Austin, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Randy Gregory in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Bortles to throw on second down. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Bortles. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
47.
Here's Elliott. There for the tackle. The former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
47. 46. 46.
A second down throw for Prescott. Being chased out left. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Prescott, flush to his right, looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
46.
Looking to throw. Prescott. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
46.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Prescott now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Austin. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Prescott off play action. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. So that one will be accepted. So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches, you say, son.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Barry Church. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Let's go.
Again, it's Fournette. And some room to maneuver. How did Can he stay on his feet? And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Fournette, now another 1st and 10. On first down, Bortles. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Randy Gregory in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. 22 yards to go. Shotgun now for Bortles. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he will score. Touchdown.
Thicker the pie, thicker the bag. Mean I'm a buyer, now lacing no beamer. I'm Brian O'Connor, I'm driving it fast. They were just hating cause they in the way, and the way I've been made it, the is mad. Man in them baggins, I'm all in my bag. Why I ain't holding around? Just a little Merlin, out the cutie. Now I don't give a. Tell me why I would on the rose bar couch in my bag. Bands in my denim. In my denim, she was trying to for a doubt. She don't give a. She was in her bag, Fendi and some lane. Asked for a burger, watch in the front seat of the fouled out J. We living so wild like Nas. When she was on vacation, we was on roll like Ty.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Come back. Richmond.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
His throw incomplete. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he lost the football. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession. first and 10. Watson trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Following the interception, here's Prescott, and he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Whitney merciless. Coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Second down, Prescott. And he finds his target, Terrence Williams. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jadeveon Clowney coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep for the Texans, Will Fuller. So the Houston Texans get the football again here in just a second, and they're coming off another win. 6 straight wins, although last one was a little intriguing down the stretch. A collective exhale because Brandon McManus had
What'd you call that? A collective what?
Exhale. Yeah, because McManus had a chance to win it for Denver but missed the field goal at the buzzer.
You did mention 6 straight wins.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Cowboys have recovered. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, 27 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Now the try here for the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. From the gun, here's Watson. Forced out to his left. And he's able to get up here to the 26. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards there as they move the chains. On play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. They'll roll him out right. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be second down. Now Elliott. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Hey, 47. Hey, switch.
Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. As he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll try and run for it with Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Cowboys will add on to their lead. The extra point up and good, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light there. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play. And
way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Come back, come back.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And Thomas has it. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Now Watson escaping the pressure right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Gun. 46.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses. and how complicated that is? Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing, got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the